What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. A quick post-fight reaction, guys, to the main event tonight on DAZN. You had the undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez taking on his mandatory challenger, WBO mandatory challenger, and John Ryder. Shout out to Canelo Alvarez. I want to send a congratulations out to him and his team for improving his record to 59-2. Defeating John Ryder by unanimous decision. Canelo Alvarez even dropped John Ryder in the 5th round, guys, with a 1-2. I thought he put up a pretty good performance. I would say decent performance Canelo Alvarez put up. He pretty much dominated that first half of the fight. I do think he started to gas out towards those championship rounds, and John Ryder kind of came on a little bit strong in those rounds. Hats off to John Ryder, though, guys, because a lot of people expected him to get bulldozed in this fight, me, myself included. I thought that Canelo Alvarez would completely destroy him within 6 or 7 rounds. He just seemed like the type of fighter that was tailor-made for Canelo Alvarez. And, he wouldn't stay down. He got up, and he stayed in the fight. He refused to get knocked out by Canelo Alvarez, and that's saying a lot. So I want to take my hat off to him for being a true warrior in the ring tonight and having a lot of heart. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he's getting a lot of criticism, and a lot of people are saying he's on the decline. I've even heard people say that, maybe it's time for him to hang it up and retire. I will say this, Canelo Alvarez has been in a lot of fights. I think, 61 fights now, so of course, he's going to have some wear and tear on his body, and things aren't going to be exactly the way they were, in the past. I don't think he needs to hang it up. I do think, he needs to possibly bring in some new eyes, maybe some new trainers, and work on different skill sets in his game. I saw him basically doing the same thing in this fight that he did in the fight with Bivol, and he did in the fight with Triple G, the 3rd fight with Triple G. I didn't see any new adjustments being made in the fight, still loading up on his punches, still gassing out, still not moving his head, still not having the best footwork. I just saw those same issues in this fight. And if he goes into a fight with Dmitry Bivol, who he says that's what he wants next, he wants to fight Dmitry Bivol at 175, and not make any adjustments, he's really going to lose that fight just like he did the first time. He may even get stopped in this fight with Dmitry Bivol if that's the case. I just think he needs to bring in some new eyes, and he needs to work on some new skill sets, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand that, he's been doing this for a long time, but, styles make fights, and stylistically, Dmitry Bivol is a stylistic nightmare for Canelo Alvarez if he doesn't make some changes in his game. And as far as him being the face of boxing, I know a lot of people, it rubs in the wrong way when, people say that Gervonta Tank Davis is the new face of boxing. I see Gervonta Tank Davis as a new face of boxing only because of what Canelo Alvarez has been doing as of late. He lost to Bivol. He had a lackluster fight with Triple G. And now this fight with John Ryder, he goes the distance with a guy that he was expected to get out of there, pretty fast. And it didn't happen. It went the distance. And you have Gervonta Tank Davis, who has stopped his last 3 opponents, and his fights are exciting. That's the thing. People want to see exciting fights. And I just think Canelo Alvarez has been lacking in that department as of late. I don't think he's a bad fighter. I just think he's going through a time right now where he need to make some changes. And there's nothing wrong with that as a fighter. You grow as a fighter. You can't get complacent and just think one thing's going to work. We talked about that a long time ago with Deontay Wilder getting complacent, winning fights with his right hand. You can't just stay there and expect that, that's always going to work for you. You have to have different things in your tool arsenal, in your tool belt, when things don't go the way that you plan them to go. You have to be able to make those adjustments. And I think Canelo Alvarez is just not there yet. And if he goes into this fight with Bivol, he's going to lose again. And here's the thing. I think, he may realize that. And I think that's why he doesn't want to fight Bivol at 168. I know I heard Bivol wanting the fight at 168. He wants the titles to be on the line, but Canelo Alvarez doesn't want that because I think in the back of his mind, he knows that he could lose this fight again. So, you know, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Canelo Alvarez, I did think he put on a good performance tonight. I think it was a good performance. I don't think it was his best performance. I just think he could have did better. You know, I think it was mediocre at best against a fighter like John Ryder. But you guys tell me what you think about the fight tonight. Canelo Alvarez successful in his fight. Do you think he's ready for Bivol? Do you think he needs to make some adjustments in his training? Do you think he needs to bring in some new trainers, some new eyes to help him with some new tools in his tool belt? You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.